अस्सलाम वालेकुम, वेलकम टू आवर यूट्यूब चैनल। आज की इस वीडियो के अंदर हम क्लास 12 के फिजिक्स के मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट शॉर्ट क्वेश्चंस के बारे में देखेंगे। जैसा कि आपको पता है कि इस दफ़ा जो शॉर्ट क्वेश्चंस हैं वो ज़्यादातर एक्सरसाइज से नहीं आने, रूल चेंज हो गया है। पहले ये होता था कि एक्सरसाइज से शॉर्ट क्वेश्चंस लिया करते थे, अब उन्होंने 50% एक्सरसाइज और 50% जो है वो बुक में से लेने हैं। तो स्टार्ट करते हैं। स्टार्ट करने से पहले जो मेरे चैनल के ऊपर नए हैं, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लें, वीडियो को लाइक करें और बेल आइकन पे लास्ट में क्लिक करें। स्टार्ट करते हैं। सबसे जो पहला चैप्टर है वो चैप्टर 12 है। इसके इंपॉर्टेंट शॉर्ट क्वेश्चन देखते हैं। पहला शॉर्ट क्वेश्चन, हाउ कैन यू आइडेंटिफाई दैट विच प्लेट ऑफ अ कैपेसिटर इज पॉजिटिवली चार्ज। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, इलेक्ट्रिकल लाइंस ऑफ फोर्सेस नेवर क्रॉस वाई। Next question, do electrons tend to go to region of high potential of a low potential? Next question, is E necessary zero inside a charged rubber balloon if a balloon is spherical? Assume that charge is distributed uniformly over the surface. Next question is define capacitance and define its units. Next question, define potential gradient and writes its unit, and the show that E is equal to minus del V over del R. Next question, write down four properties of electric field lines. Last question, define electron volt, show that one electronic volt is equal to 1.6 multiplied 10 raised per minus 19 joule, or derive relation with the joule. नेक्स्ट चैप्टर की तरफ मूव करते हैं। चैप्टर नंबर 13। सबसे पहला क्वेश्चन, डू बेंड्स इन अ वायर अफेक्ट इट्स इलेक्ट्रिकल रेजिस्टेंस, एक्सप्लेन। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, व्हाई डज द resistance of a conductor rise with temperature? Next question, why the resistance of voltmeter should be high? Next question is describe a circuit which will give a continuous varying potential. Next question is why potentiometer is an accurate measuring instrument? Next question, what is a Wheatstone bridge? How can be it used to be determine an unknown resistance? Next question, state Kirchhoff rules and its mathematical relations. Next question, what is the difference between EMF and potential difference? Next chapter की तरफ मूव करते हैं। चैप्टर नंबर 14। पहला क्वेश्चन, हाउ कैन यू यूज अ मैग्नेटिक फील्ड टू सेपरेट आइसोटोप ऑफ अ केमिकल एलिमेंट? नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, स्टेट एम्पेयर लॉ एंड राइट इट्स मैथमेटिकली फॉर्म. Next question, what is Lorentz force and writes its mathematically form. Next question, how the electron beam is generated in CRO. Last question, what is the function of grid in CRO? Next question है जी चैप्टर नंबर 15, मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट चैप्टर। पहला क्वेश्चन, डज द इंड्यूस्ड EMF ऑलवेज एक्ट टू डिक्रीज द मैग्नेटिक फ्लक्स थ्रू अ सर्किट? नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, अ स्क्वायर लूप ऑफ अ वायर is moving through a uniform magnetic field. The normal to the loop is oriented parallel to the magnetic field. Is a EMF induced in the loop? Next question, show that E and del phi over del T have the same units. Next question, define self-induction and mutual induction, give their units. Next question, state Faraday's law and Lenz's law. Next question, define motional EMF and give its expression. Next question, what is the relation between back EMF of motors and currents? Next question, how the induced current can be increased? नेक्स्ट चैप्टर की तरफ मूव करते हैं। पहला क्वेश्चन, आ सेंसोडियल करंट हैज RMS वैल्यू ऑफ 10A, व्हाट इज द मैक्सिमम वैल्यू और पीक वैल्यू? नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय इम्पेडेंस एंड रेजोनेंट फ्रीक्वेंसी? नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय फेज लैग एंड फेज लेड? नेक्स्ट, हाउ डज डबलिंग द फ्रीक्वेंसी अफेक्ट द रिएक्टेंस ऑफ एन इंडक्टर एंड कैपेसिटर? And next question, define choke and write its advantages in AC circuit, or what is choke, explain its use. Next, how many times per second will an incandescent lamp which reach maximum brilliance when connected to a 15 set source? Next, when 10 volt is applied to an AC circuit, the current flowing in it is 100 mega A, find its impedance. नेक्स्ट चैप्टर नंबर 17 की तरफ मूव करते हैं। फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, डिफाइन स्ट्रेस एंड स्ट्रेन, व्हाट आर देयर SI यूनिट्स? नेक्स्ट, डिफरेंशिएट बिटवीन टेंसाइल, कंप्रेसिव एंड शेयर मॉडुलस ऑफ स्ट्रेस एंड स्ट्रेन. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन डक्टाइल एंड ब्रिटल सब्सटेंस? नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, डिफरेंशिएट बिटवीन इंट्रिंसिक एंड एक्सट्रिंसिक सेमीकंडक्टर, हाउ विल यू obtain N-type and P-type semiconductor from silicon? Next question, what is meant by para, dia and ferromagnetic substance? Give examples of each. Next question, what is it meant by mysterious loss? How is it used in the construction of a transformer? Next question, distinguish between polymeric, crystalline and amorphous solids. Next question, what is meant by strain energy? How can it be determined from the force extension graph? नेक्स्ट चैप्टर की तरफ मूव करते हैं, चैप्टर नंबर 18. फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, व्हाई ऑर्डिनरी सिलिकॉन्स डायोड डू नॉट emit energy? Next question, why a photodiode is operated in a reverse based state? Next question, why charge carriers are not present in the depletion region? Next, write 4 uses of photodiode. Next question, why is the base current in a transistor very small? Next question, what is the principle of virtual ground? Apply it to find the gain of an inverting amplifier. Next question, write 4 uses of photodiode. Next question, the inputs of a gate are 1 and 0. Identify the gate is its output is A 0 B 1. नेक्स्ट चैप्टर की तरफ मूव करते हैं, चैप्टर नंबर 19. Will higher frequency light eject greater number of electrons than low frequency light? Why do not we observe a compton effect with the visible light? Next question, can pair production takes place in vacuum? Explain. Question, we do not notice the deep profile wavelength for a pitched cricket ball. Explain why. Next question, when light shines on a surface is momentum transferred to the mantle surface? Next question, which photon, red, green or blue, carries the most energy? Momentum. Next question, is it possible to create a single electron from energy? Explain. Next, when does light energy behave as a wave? When does it behave as a particle? Next question, does the brightness of a beam light primarily depends upon the frequency of photons or on the number of photons? Next question, chapter number 20. Bohr's theory of hydrogen atoms is based upon the several assumptions. Do any of these assumptions contradict classical physics? Next question, is energy conserved when an atom emits photons of light? Next question, can X-rays be reflected, refracted, diffracted and polarized just like an other waves? Explain. Next question, can the electron in the ground state of hydrogen absorb photons of energy 13.6 electron volt and greater than 13.6 electron volt? Next, explain why user action cannot occur without population inversion between atomic levels. Next, what is meant by CAT scanner? Next, chapter number 21. Why are the heavy nuclei unstable? Define mass effect. Next, what is meant by radioactivity? Define the half-life. Next, what do you understand by background relations? State two sources of the radiations. Next, a particle which produce more ionization is less penetrating. Why? Next, what is the friction of a radioactive sample decays after two half-lives as expressed? Next question, what is factors make a fusion reaction difficult to achieve? Next, what is a radioactive tracer? Describe its applications. Next, differentiate between borons and hadrons. What is meant by fission chain reactions? Last question, what are isotopes? What do they have in common and what are their differences? Best of luck and Allah Hafiz.